Hi, I'm gonna make this post in the middle of a real life situation. You can see the stains on my sweatshirt. You can see how awful I look. I'm exhausted. I don't even know how I'm gonna make it from this lawn chair in my living room to my bed. Because I'm so exhausted and depleted and have just experienced so much gaslighting. And oh God, I'm so exhausted. I don't know how to even make this video, except I do know that on this Instagram page, I remember another post that I ran across talking about this very topic. I have never experienced a landlord who has been like, oh, you have a maintenance request? And like, we'll be right on that. For almost 2 weeks, I have been requesting that a licensed electrician come out and check for a fire hazard. I'm concerned, a burning smell that could be wires burning in the walls. It's an old place. You should see the appliances. I mean, it's from the 80s. It's really old. And in a world where where your rent is almost $1,600, right? You would think that like they could afford, this giant company can afford to hire an electrician. Mind you, when I called today, it was going to be almost $300 an hour, and the minimum was 2 hours. So yeah, I get it. They don't want to spend, $600 for an electrician to come out. But apparently they're sending an electrician out for some other job. So it's not just me. There is electrical stuff going on here that's not up to code, whatever. And, the guy told me today, oh, well, we're going to send someone out. We'll send them out on Monday morning. This morning comes and goes, nothing. I tried to call him, no answer. I went by, he wasn't there. I'm exhausted. I finally called an electrician and asked them to come and check it out for a free quote. And they were like, oh, a free quote only means this and this. So it's like not really a free quote. So turns out, in order for an electrician to come and check out your apartment for safety, they have to get the permission of the landlord. When she called the apartment manager, he said, oh, it's already taken care of. So I have I'm powerless over having someone come out and check for, fire hazard, right? And yeah, okay. I'm just, it's like you don't have any rights either, because I don't know, unless I want to pay, I guess, $600, maybe I could get that money from like the housing people, because I'm going through a housing voucher. Maybe I need to talk to them about this. But it's just unreal. I just honestly believe that like I deserve just a safe place to live, and a landlord that is like, if something needs to be repaired or looked at, would honestly be like, yeah, we want to take care of this space that you live in. And I just, the root of all evil, money is the root of all evil. It's literally a Bible verse, and it's, with the way that all of these big corporations that own all of the places that people have to live in and pay money to live somewhere, because we can't just own our own buildings, but we don't have any control over getting, and this happens with private landlords too. I've had plenty of like just Joe Schmo do that. So this is major trauma, major trauma. I am in major housing trauma. I am going to be 50 years old. I've been homeless. I've lived in a homeless shelter. And then I've dealt with bullshit like the landlords they just get out of fixing their thing. You know, they're right there when the rent is due. So I'm so exhausted that I can't even like get up off of this chair to go take a shower and go the fuck to bed. So I don't know. My one hope is that I know a friend who has a housing voucher and lives in a wonderful, beautiful place. It's in this beautiful country. It's so incredible. If my friend can manifest that, then maybe I can get some kind of decent housing set up too and use my voucher for that. So I beg you, if there is anyone in Olympia, Tumwater, surrounding areas, I don't care where, if you have like some decent, like I think it has to qualify as a 1-bedroom place. I'm a good person. I am clean. I care so much about my living space being clean and nice. I'm a good person. I get up in the morning and do yoga. Like, that's my life. There's got to be a way for me to just have some peace about housing and not deal with being stuck with a potential fire hazard. And there's nothing I can do about it. There's literally nothing I can do. And maybe this is my lesson. If my apartment blows up in the middle of the night with me in it, at least this video is out on the internet. We got to start doing better. We've got to advocate. One, for housing. One, that maybe the world is waking up to the gross, incredible corruption that is going on that we can't even imagine. That 6 years ago, people like me were called conspiracy theorists and laughed at and just not taken seriously. And now the world's like, oh wait, like, you know, that's a bigger concept of the gaslighting that's going on. This little concept of, you know, landlord doesn't want to like spend money on an electrician, so they're going to gaslight you and call you the crazy one. It's happening on a scale that's just so like it's the entire world is caught up in gaslighting. People not being believed. When my friend said, "I believe you tonight," it was the hugest, biggest gift. I was going to like prove to her, like, look at the letter he sent me, like gaslighting me about calling the fire department. So yeah, that's a whole nother post, but as the world is waking up to the sheer evil, corruption, and awfulness that they made fun of people who were like, hey, this evil's going on, like back in 2020 when we were like out shouting from rooftops and people were like, you're a crazy conspiracy theorist. It's like, no one's saying anything now. That's just like maddening. So all I can say is, I don't know what I can say. All I can say is, I deserve safety, stability, just a normal place to live. No mold. And I don't know, maybe I don't belong on this planet because I have a good fucking heart. And you know, there's just like a lot of history in the world where people speak up and they say the truth and they're assassinated. They invent some cool thing and they're assassinated. So on some level, this kind of makes sense.